Your car should keep you safe. But what if it doesn't? Here's the twist most drivers never hear. A quick report from you can start the fix. I'm Morgan Lane. I investigate safety issues and recalls, and I've seen a single, clear complaint spark the chain that protects thousands of people. According to NHTSA, consumers who experience a vehicle issue that could be a safety defect are encouraged to file a complaint. Consumer Reports puts it even simpler. It takes about 5 minutes to submit a complaint. 5 minutes that can make our roads safer. That is real power in your pocket. Welcome to Recall Roadmap with Morgan. I'm calm about this because I know the process, and I want you to feel calm too. We're going to walk step by step through when to report, how to file, what to write, and what happens after you hit submit. Ever had a car glitch and thought, should I say something? Today, you'll know exactly what to do and why it matters. Speed tip before we dive in. If you face a serious failure like brake loss or a strange fire and it's not an emergency, you can report it. The form is fast. The impact can be huge. Let's start with the most important question. What kinds of problems should you report? Car trouble can be scary. Ignoring it can be dangerous. And here's the part that surprises people. Even a near miss deserves a report. I've worked cases where a strange tug on the wheel or a sudden brake fade was the warning before a bigger failure. Don't wait for that bigger moment. So what counts as reportable? Any serious safety issue, loss of brakes or steering, an unexpected engine or battery fire, airbags that fail to deploy or deploy on their own, seat belts that do not latch or release during a crash, batteries that overheat or smoke, anything that could cause injury fits. Consumer safety experts say near misses matter because they can head off a problem before someone gets hurt. NHTSA urges drivers to speak up when a safety defect might exist. One more thing, and it's important. If there is immediate danger, like smoke in the cabin, a car rolling on its own, or brakes failing while in motion, prioritize safety first. Pull over if you can. Call 911 before anything else. The report can come after everyone is safe. You know what to report now. The next step is the why. Here's why your complaint matters more than you think. Think your complaint won't change anything? Think again. I've watched a single, well-written report help start an investigation. Regulators need real-world data. Your words fill the gaps. Here's the proof. NHTSA says there is no set number of complaints needed to act. They review every complaint and compare it with other data to see if a trend exists. Consumer Reports quotes David Friedman saying it takes just 5 minutes to submit a complaint that can launch defect investigations, recalls, and repairs. Industry watchers add that most often a pattern shows up when several people describe the same failure. And then NHTSA digs in. That is how big recalls begin. One voice, then a few, then a clear signal. Your part is simple. Be clear, be factual, and be specific. Start with what failed, then add the details. That accuracy is gold to investigators. I've seen it shorten the time from confusion to action. So let's turn your concern into a report the right way. The process is easy, and you have options. Next up, the tools you can use to file in minutes. Got a problem to report? Good news! Filing is simpler than most people think, and you have 3 easy paths that all lead to the same place. First, go online to the NHTSA complaint form on their website. I'll walk you through it in a moment. Second, use the SaferCar mobile app. Open the app, tap Report, and follow the prompts. Third, if you prefer to talk to a person, call the Vehicle Safety Hotline at 888-327-4236. A trained agent can take your information and enter it for you. Every one of these methods feeds the same official database. Before you start, grab 3 things: your VIN, your current mileage, your contact details. The VIN sits at the base of your windshield on the driver's side and on your registration. Investigators use it to pinpoint where and when your car was built and to group matching complaints. That makes your report more powerful from the first line. If this step-by-step is helping, hit subscribe to Recall Roadmap with Morgan and tap like and share so more drivers learn how to do this right. Now, let me show you how to fill the form so your report shines. Got the form open? Great. The details you enter here can trigger a recall if enough cases match, so let's get it right. Start with your name and contact. That lets investigators follow up if they need clarification. Enter the year, make, model, and the full VIN. The VIN is critical because it ties your vehicle to a build plant, options, and production dates. Add the current mileage. Now, the heart of the form is the description box, led with the failure itself in one clear sentence. For example, brake pedal went to the floor at 55 miles per hour on a dry highway. Then tell the story in order. What speed, what gear, what road, what you did next, and what happened. Be direct. Be factual. Add outcomes that show severity. Note injuries or damage. Say if an airbag deployed or not. If you have proof, upload it. Photos of the damaged part. A short video of the problem. Service invoices. A dealer diagnosis. Even a police report if one exists. Relevant documents strengthen your case and help link your complaint to others. Take a breath. You've entered solid data. Time to click Submit. Now comes the part most drivers never see. What happens to your complaint next? Complaint filed. It may feel like it went into a black hole, but it didn't. Behind the scenes, your report entered NHTSA's Office of Defects investigation database, the same system used to spot patterns. Analysts screen every submission. NHTSA says there is no set number of complaints required to act. They review each one along with other data like warranty claims and crash reports to see if a safety defect trend exists. Your complaint becomes part of the public record that others can search by VIN or by keywords on the NHTSA recall page. That transparency helps connect cases across the country. Sometimes nothing obvious emerges right away, and that's okay. Other times, a handful of similar, well-documented complaints light up the dashboard for investigators. I've watched that moment build into a formal review. It is not magic. It is method. So your report did not just sit in a mailbox. It joined a living system designed to find risk. When a pattern does appear, the next step is serious and structured. NHTSA may open a formal investigation to test whether the problem is an unreasonable risk to safety. Let's look inside that process. Investigation sounds intense, and it is, but it is also methodical. This is where your careful report can turn into a real fix. If the Office of Defects investigation suspects a trend, they open a preliminary evaluation. The goal is to complete that in about 8 months. Investigators request records, analyze data, and may test parts. If more proof is needed, they move to an engineering analysis, which can take around 12 months. Throughout the process, NHTSA asks the automaker for information, looks at crash reports, and compares owner complaints across models and years. The key question they test is simple to say and hard to prove. Does this defect present an unreasonable risk to safety? If the answer is yes and the evidence supports it, a recall follows. Sometimes the manufacturer initiates it voluntarily during the review. Other times, NHTSA pushes for action. Either way, the point is a remedy that works and a clear plan to reach every owner. So, the timeline is a marathon, not a sprint. That patience pays off in solid fixes. Next, let's talk about what a recall really is, and how it differs from the bulletins your dealer might mention. Your service advisor mentions a technical service bulletin, and it sounds official. Is it as urgent as a recall? Here is the clean truth you need. A recall is a mandatory safety fix. It exists because a safety-related defect was confirmed. By law, the repair is free for owners, and you will get an official notice with instructions. Automakers can even halt production until a safe solution is ready. That is how serious a recall is. A technical service bulletin is different. It is guidance from the manufacturer to dealers on how to fix a known issue. It often helps techs find the right parts and procedures. A TSB is not mandatory. Many times it is only free if you are within warranty. You can choose to skip it, though I always advise you ask about it if your car shows the symptoms. Some reminders help with clarity. Recalls carry legal force and reach every affected owner. TSBs are advice tools for the shop. Every year there are hundreds of recalls and thousands of bulletins. Knowing which is which keeps you safe and saves money. Now let's lock in how you follow through after you file. Complaint filed does not mean case closed. Your follow-up makes your report stronger and helps everyone. First, record your case number the moment it appears on the screen or in your email. Keep it with your vehicle records. Next, save every document related to the problem. Repair invoices, warranty letters, the dealer's written diagnosis, and photos or short videos that show the issue. Relevant documentation gives investigators evidence beyond words. If the problem happens again, add an update to your complaint. More data points tell a clearer story. Check NHTSA's site regularly. Your complaint is public, and you can search by your VIN or keywords to see if it has posted, if others are reporting the same thing, or if an investigation has opened. This is also where you will see new recalls that match your car. It feels good to know where things stand, and it keeps you ready to act when a fix arrives. Quick recap for this phase. Note the case number. Keep all records, upload proof, and check for updates. You are not just waiting, you are staying engaged. Let's wrap up with a final thought and your next steps. You now know when to report, how to file, and what happens after you click submit. Even if there is no recall yet, your detailed complaint can set the wheels in motion. I've seen it many times. Clean facts from a careful driver turn into pattern, investigation, and fix. That is how we make the road safer together. Here is your quick checklist. Keep your VIN and mileage handy. Lead your description with what failed. Upload photos, videos, and invoices. Save your case number and check NHTSA's site for updates by VIN or keyword. Do these simple steps and you will be ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching. If this helped, subscribe, like, and share so more drivers know how to protect their families. I appreciate you being part of this safety effort. What is one safety issue in your car that you will report next? I'm Morgan Lane, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there and keep your records close. The right report at the right time can protect you, your neighbors, and everyone on the road.